Dennis, my friend, you are at a major multi-billion-dollar gaming property here in Las Vegas.
I am.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And what's your title there?
Villa Services Manager now.
And how long have you been there?
I opened this specific property.
So how long ago was that?
I was like 15 years, actually, tomorrow.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Crazy.
Okay. So 15 years tomorrow. And what does your job entail there?
So Villa Services Manager, so what we do is whenever a villa guest would come in, we would coordinate their whole stay, everything from picking them up from the airport to bringing them down, arranging a limo to picking them up with the limo to having the villa ready with the amenities that they desire, whatever it is. And the host gives us this information. So the host emails us separately saying, hey, so-and-so wants this type of amenity, alcohol, this type of food, seafood tower, whatever it is. So the way we do it is we arrange for a limo driver to pick up this guest. They come back. The limo driver then notifies us saying, hey, we have a 10 out. So we would get a 10 out. By that point, the lead butler will go downstairs and greet the guests by the porta cashier to open the door for the guests. Another butler would be up in the villa with a tray and water or champagne, whatever it is that they desire. The first point of contact for the guest is going to be the lead butler. The lead butler is the one that opens the door, greets the guest, welcomes them to the property, escorts them to the villa. There is no check-in. There is no check-in. They get the credit card information in the room. So they walk them up there, and as they walk into the villa, the butler's standing with the tray, with the water, champagne, hot towel also. And you get the credit card information there. And at that point, you take out whatever the amenity is. You get housekeeping information. If they want to go play golf, we get that information. Whatever dinner they want to do, we arrange that. If they want specific, hey, I need a pot of coffee at 7 a.m. in the butler's pantry, then we, okay, coffee creamer, what kind of milk? Whatever it is that they want. Do you want any berries? Do you want any, what else?
Specific, yeah.
Yes, a very specific.
It's almost like a rider
Yes.
for concerts and stuff.
So we arrange everything now.
Talent wants.
Now we have all that information. They're going to go to Shadow Creek or whatever it is at 9 a.m. Okay, so they're going to be gone at the villa at 9 a.m. Let's arrange housekeeping at 9:30. So by the time they come back, housekeeping is done. They come back from golf. Okay, so you want to go to the spa? Perfect. Let's arrange a spa arrangement for you. So you want a massage, you want a facial, what is it that you're trying to get? We get that information, we arrange that, they come out, okay, it's lunchtime. So what is it that you need for lunch? You want to go, where is it? We have specific restaurants
here. So you've got, it's literally, all right, let's back up for a second. What's the difference between a suite and a villa?
A villa is not marketed. They don't market a villa to sell. Suites, they market to sell, but villas are by invite only. So,
and this is high net worth, ultra high net worth individuals globally.
Correct.
That are coming in to gamble.
Correct.
That's it.
That's
right?
it.
And they have to hit a certain benchmark do you know how much these people usually playing?
$400,000 a hand.
What?
Yeah. Typically. That's the most, I believe, 400,000 a hand.
Holy shit.
It's crazy.
So what is there a minimum that they have to be, average bet?
There's reserved gaming there. So you can go and get a salon, like in the Baccarat area, there's a salon and this has to be arranged to the host. I don't know what the minimum is. Sometimes the guest is a celebrity and they don't want to be out in the main floor. So they would sometimes get them the salon to just give them the privacy of just not having anybody bother them. But I don't know what the minimum would be.
Is that's fine because it's what you're saying. $400,000 is like one of the highest. Like holy shit,
it's a house.
That's a house, dude. That's a house
per hand.
It really because I'm blown away by that because we've always talked about how long have you been here
in Las Vegas?
Yeah,
since '97.
Okay, so and I've been here 11 years, and you always hear stories about. People have money and, you've been, at a gaming property or I've been at a gaming property, see people gambling and they're spending a shitload of money.
A ton,
right?
Yeah.
But this is another level.
It is.
Where these chips that these people are playing with, I've never even seen before. Chips of that denomination.
It's a very big chip.
Right?
It's a bigger than average chip.
What do you know what denomination chips they're playing? Is it there's
a $250,000 chip.
Holy shit.
I believe that's the highest currency, or that's the highest
That's the
market,
highest
yeah.
chip denomination that your
that I've
property
seen.
has. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's, I'm blown away by that. Oh my God. I have a million questions about this stuff now. This is great. I love it. Is the people you've coming in,
Yes, sir.
the percentage of them, what percentage are celebrities versus just, people from China or wherever, South America that just have a boatload of money and they're super successful and want to come here and gamble, have the experience?
You don't see that many celebrities. Celebrities, they pretty much go to the suites. Again, the villas is by invite. So they're going to put the celebrities in the suites and then they're going to give the big whales the villas.
So this is Wales. This is Wales.
This is Wales.
What is like, because you've been there, almost 15 years tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. Are there certain reoccurring traits that whales have that gamble in Las Vegas?
They're very specific. We have a Chinese guest that comes in and he plays baccarat. And I personally don't really know the game because I should, but I just don't focus on it. It's a good thing, I think. I don't want to get but he's very specific with the type of pen. I guess you have to mark something. So the type of pen that he uses to mark, it can be it has to be a pen from China. So we had to order a pen from China to come in to make sure that it's the one that he wants, and he wouldn't gamble unless it was that pen. And he brought in an $8 million marker.
So he's bringing $8 million in certified guaranteed funds to place at your property, and then he can take draws against that marker. Yeah. That's a marker. Okay. Maybe just explain what a marker is.
So a marker is going to be something like credit, right? So that's pretty much what it is. So he brings that in, and that he brings the 8 million in. That's already there. So he's going to take a marker for 1 million. Now he has 7 million. That's pretty much what it would be.
Are guys coming in with like those like Zero Halliburton, those like silver suitcases, like those metallic suitcases, like you see like in Ocean's 11,
Louis Vuitton backpacks.
That's it,
full of money. Like literally, they come in and they take their backpack off and they would fill this table up with money. And then they'll give it to the cage and then they'll get their chips and then they'll gamble for that.
And it's all self-contained. The cage,
yes.
The gaming area, like even where they enter, the porca share, the whole thing, like yes. Where they enter is all, they don't want to see anybody unless they want to be seen.
Pretty much.
Right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Is there a certain demographic that you've seen in the 15 years? Is it predominantly people from the Pacific Rim? Is it people from Central South America, Russia, America?
It's worldwide. We have different types of marketing. We have European marketing, Far East marketing. We have Latin American marketing. So everyone does their own part. And we really get guests from everywhere, which is really cool because there's different types of service. There's different types of service that I had to learn in order to just accommodate the guests. So I know how to serve a Chinese person and also an American, and I know how to greet an Indian person as well as a Chinese. So it's very different, and you think there's nothing to it, but the way they feel and the bow when you see a Chinese person, they don't want to touch hands, they want to bow. So
it's fascinating. Okay, so my gosh, my head's going to explode. I love this, Dennis. I fucking love this. Walk me through, if you can, with as much detail as you can, different cultures that come here. If a Chinese man is walking in versus a Filipino man versus someone from South America, what are the certain cultural aspects that you cater to? Or that your team caters to?
So some of them, an easy one is going to be just like dining, for example, a food preparation for a Far East Chinese. Okay, so for them, they have a family style type of dinner. So the Lazy Susan, I don't know if you're familiar with the Lazy Susan. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a Chinese thing. It started in China. Why? Because that's just the way they eat. So we have tables at our villas that accommodates that. So we have tables that have the Lazy Susan. So again, family style, you plate everything in the middle and then you just serve how many tops there are, and they kind of just self-serve.
How many people, when it's someone coming in from China, a Chinese whale, how many people are coming with them?
It varies. It varies. Yes. Sometimes if they're coming from across the world, they tend to come with an entourage. They do come with an entourage.
How many people usually? 10?
About 8.
Okay.
8, 9, 10. Yeah. I've seen as many as 25. I seen as many as 50 last week, actually, and that's 50 additional. So we have to get the rooms for the villa ready, and on top of that, and I have 50 guests, and then we have to make sure that those 50 guests have the correct rooms. So it becomes very difficult arranging rooms for 50 individuals.
I'm assuming it was a guy?
It is.
Where'd he come from?
NBA.
Okay. Oh, he was a celebrity.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Very big, very big celebrity.
Okay, fair enough. And again, I want to honor any confidentiality. I don't want to cross that. So if you're ever like, Jeff, I can't fucking talk about that. Go fuck yourself. You will not offend me at all. All right. I have kids. They offend me. Well, actually don't offend me either, but I'd rather take it from them. You're fine. That is amazing to me that, like in sales, like real estate agents will have what's called a CRM. Where it's customer relationship management. And it's a computer program where when you're meeting with people or talking to them, you'll write down daughter plays soccer. They drive a Toyota Celica, and you'll remember, and then it'll keep things. Their birthday is this date. Their anniversary is this date. Their dog's birthday is this date. And you keep all that stuff because then you remain sticky to those people.
Of course. And
it helps you because you're dealing with so many people. It's a computerized way to keep track.
It is.
But to still maintain a sincere relationship with people. Is everything you have in your head, or do you take notes and put it down per client? Or is it customer or client? Or
I've been there for so long, you build relationships with these guests, so you kind of just tend to know them. I'm great friends, really good friends with the Dodgers owner. So the Dodgers owner has been coming to this property for a specific amount of time, and I'm a Dodgers fan. My license plate says Dodgers, so we just started talking baseball little by little. So we would just talk baseball, and he would come and visit, and the relationship kind of just grew. I met his wife, and I met his daughter, and I met his family, and he actually kind of offered me a job to take care of his estate, but I can't.
You're good.
I have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, you're good.
I would have loved to.
Oh my God.
But I'm not going to.
Let's talk a little bit more about other cultures that you've worked with over the years, and what are some specific requirements that if a whale comes in from X country, I assume, is it all men, by the way? I say that.
It's not all men. No, it's a small percentage of women. It is, but there are women in there. You would think it's all men, but it is
okay,
not.
We're going to go back to women in a second. I got to start taking notes. Scott, I got to start doing like a piece of paper and a fucking pen and like taking notes of shit to come back to, because my ADHD, I'm gonna be like, motherfucker. So, okay, well, that means part 2 of us getting together again. Let's talk about other countries that are coming, whales. These are whales that are spending millions of dollars here. And they're coming with a Louis Vuitton or several Louis Vuitton duffel bags, right?
Yes.
Of hundreds. Just stacks, fat stacks,
Fat.
As they would say on Breaking Bad. As Jesse Pinkman would say, just fat stacks of fucking cash. So these people are coming in. Talk to me about, like, if they come from this country, these are the requirements, or these are the things that they like to have.
So typically what they want is pretty much alcohol. If they're coming from the US, if it's a domestic guest that goes in there, they pretty much know what they want. They're big on their scotch. They're big on their bourbon. They're big on their tequila. Tequila has been very big lately. The last 4 or 5 years, it's just been taken off. So people are just not drinking it with any mixers, just on the rocks. And tequila is just honestly elevated. It elevated. Clase Azul, now there's a Clase Azul Gold, the Ultra, the Platinum. There's different types of, it's not just something to get at a cocktail. You kind of just sip it and enjoy it, and it just elevated its brand. So these guys just want that. The Pappy Van Winkle, they want Pappy Van Winkle.
What the hell is that?
Pappy Van Winkle is a specific like bourbon whiskey out of Tennessee. There's only a limited amount every year that they distribute, but since it's so limited, like Total Wine would have 50 for the year. So, and then of course they market it up so much because it's limited. So just like that's a really, really big one. The Delmore, I believe it is. Like that's another scotch that's really, really good. But typically domestic is just really like their alcohol. For food, they want like a seafood tower. They want cheese and finger sandwiches.
And that's almost all of them. That's what they want.
Pretty much.
What is the number one, in terms of country, what's the number one country of whales coming to your property?
I would I would have to say U.S. The U.S.
Really?
The U.S. has the most. It stays consistent. It stays consistent. With Far East, you're gonna have your periods where they do, and then occasionally you're gonna have a guest that comes in, but then that's pretty much it. Same thing for European, and so European marketing was huge. F1 was just insane. European marketing, they did a really great job bringing in that type of clientele.
Well, and again, we're for confidentiality reasons, we're not going to mention the property you're at, but you are at a premier property on the Strip. You are at a multi-billion-dollar property that when my friends ask me that don't live here, Fargo, I'm coming to Vegas. Where should I stay? Your property is in I recommend 3. I always recommend 3 because I don't know where they're at, like budget-wise, or what type of vibe in terms of, do they want nightlife? Do they want more access to better meals? Or gaming, but clean gaming, like not with the smoke and all the shit. And your property has been one I've been recommending for years. I love your property. I've stayed at a suite your property. It's fantastic.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's really like your property's so good, Dennis, that I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're fine.
Your property's so good that, I mean, my son's going to be, oh my gosh, he's going to be 8 on the 30th of this month in two more weeks or so. Oh God. Congrats. And my daughter's 14. But your property, even though it's on the Strip and gaming, I would bring my kids there for a staycation. And where in the past, last year we went to Waldorf Astoria, which is hands down my favorite property on the Strip because there's no gaming. And I met Dave Chappelle there at the pool.
Oh, I love Dave Chappelle.
I made him laugh. It was hysterical.
Oh, you made him laugh? I made
him laugh.
I get that.
Yeah. I ended up meeting a girl there, like was with my kids. And I saw this one single mom who was awesome and hot. And she was laughing at my jokes. Then I knew.
Hey, that's all they want.
Humor
to laugh.
Gets you, you're married?
Yeah, I'm married.
Yeah, single. Humor gets me now dating and going on dates and meeting women that are 7 levels above my pay grade. Because if you look at this, I mean, if you look at the Fargo, it looks like someone drew a smiley face on a thumb and put glasses on it. That's me, man. And I'm cool with that. I know, like genetically, I'm okay, but I'm no fucking Brad Pitt. I'm not you. I'm not Scott Vera. Scott Vera's fucking stud. And so, but Waldorf Astoria to me is like, they've got the Sky Bar on the 33rd floor and the whole thing. And so to bring dates there is great, but your property is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, and you know it because also in the gaming industry, I assume there's a lot of like people move around because you get poached and everything else. So for you to be there, you opened the property.
I did.
And you're still there. So, all right, let's get back to what other, aside from the United States, what's another country that you see you have whales coming in from? And not China either.
Mexico. Mexico surprisingly has a lot of whales. Mexico is also changing. It's still changing. So there's a lot of whales. There's a lot of money coming in from Mexico.
What industry are the people in? Do you even know that, or you don't care?
It varies. It varies. Honestly, okay. It's all over the place. But Mexico has been a big area where they've been coming in from.
And what specific requirements or expectations, like tableside guac, like what is it that they want when they come stay at your property?
They expect that. They honestly expect that type of service when they stay with us. And that's why they come back. A lot of the guests are repeat guests and we build relationships with them because they know the type of service that they get. So if they come to us, we're on a first name basis type of deal. They come, they know us, they know they know what they want. I know what they want, and we just got to make sure we execute.
Big entourage, Mexican whales or no?
Yes. Hispanics travel big.
Family. Because
yes.
Hispanic, but Latino culture is big with family.
Family, yeah, they all come in with their family. The in-laws, the moms, everybody. It's great. Everybody takes a trip.
And that's cool because they're sharing their success with their family.
Of course, they want to enjoy it with them. Yeah, that's awesome. You want to enjoy it with your loved ones.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. Is there any kind of quirky, specific stuff that they ask for?
They ask for, nothing quirky really. They ask for the typical. Their mom, they come with their mom. Hey, to make sure my mom has floral in her room, and they want to change it out every 2 days. So it's like $1,000 floral. So that means floral means flowers throughout the entire villa. Yes, floral arrangements throughout the whole villa just to, give them that pop. What colors do they want? I want purple, green flowers. Oh, okay. So we just accommodate whatever flowers it is.
Jesus Christ. Let's talk about if you have any like quirky requests over 15 years. What are some of the ones that come to mind?
Define quirky to me.
Things out of the ordinary. Things that you were like, never had that before. That was not detrimental or derogatory towards the request, but unique.
So we have had some big celebrities stay with us, and they come with a big writer list. So that writer list is typically 4 or 5 pages long. So we have to get every item in that 4 or 5 pages, and we have a runner. I don't know if you're familiar. We would have a runner. So we have a runner that
goes to get stuff.
Yeah, that's all they do. That's it. So we would just, hey, this is the run list for today. Oh my God, it's going to take me 3 days to get this. So it literally takes her 3 days to get the items.
What's some of the stuff on the list?
And it's just underwear, socks, specific Nike branded socks, specific Nike branded shirts. They want shorts to like work out in. They're going to want shoes. They want a Louis Vuitton belt. Like they already know what they want and they already arranged it. We just need to go pick it up and then drop it off. It varies. It's amazing. So they're not packing or have someone pack a suitcase for them. They expect clothes to be there. Do they take the clothes with them when they leave? They do.
They do. They take it with them as just a, courtesy.
Yes.
So they come with nothing and they leave with a suitcase full of clothes.
Correct.
That's fucking hysterical to me.
They make the best out of it.
Well, obviously, it's got, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. And so the property is making money because odds are over the lifetime of the relationship,
of course,
it's going to be, they're going to make money.
The house always wins.
So the house, this place was not, built on winners. We all know that.
Yeah.
Right. And so for you to spend a couple bucks on, socks and underwear, or even a Louis Vuitton belt, that's a drop in the bucket.
It is.
Compared to the return.
It really is.
Because you're tracking everything. You're tracking all the expenses that are going out, but then also they're seeing how much is coming in from gaming.
Yes, how long they play, how much they play, they keep track of everything.
Is there 1 or 2 specific games that you see whales like to play? Like you mentioned Baccarat, which I've never played that, but I've always heard it has the best odds. Nothing's ever straight in favor of the player, but I've heard that Baccarat is number 1 and craps is number 2 in certain bets on craps in terms of better odds for you to win. So like you mentioned, the one guy from China was playing Baccarat and had to get the Chinese pen. What other games do you know that they like to play?
Baccarat is king pretty much. Baccarat takes over. It does. It gives you the most odds, so that's the one that intrigues them the most.
That's, and it makes sense because these guys, we'll talk about the girls in a second. We're coming back to that. I love that. But these guys are usually, I would say, if they're titans of industry, right? Like they're people that are in business. They've built their wealth from business, which is very like they're reading a profit and loss statement. They are running numbers all the time.
Yes.
They're like Mensa level smart with a spreadsheet. And that's what you have to do also when you're playing Baccarat. I believe is you're tracking what's going on. You're taking notes on what's going on with cards and hands and all that. I think it's somebody here sometime that deals Baccarat. I think would be fun because I've never played it. I don't gamble that much anymore, but I've just heard that that's the number 1 game.
That's what I heard too, and that's what I see. So that is very, very, very common. It's a table everywhere. It's a Baccarat table in like every salon, I believe.
Ever see Dana White?
I have, yes.
Is he allowed in your property to gamble? I know he's like banned from a lot of properties.
I've seen him there. I don't know if he's banned now or not, but I've seen him not too long ago.
I know he's like at Red Rock. He'll play out there, but TikTok. He's on TikTok saying, my job is to like punch these casinos in the dick. It basically, I'm paraphrasing, and he's betting a shitload, but he'll say, I come in with $1 million, and as soon as I hit 1.5, I'm out. Or a certain number, I'm out. And that's where the casinos, a lot of them now say, you're no longer allowed here, sir, because you're killing us.
Yeah. Makes sense. It makes sense. They got to protect themselves. But he's a smart guy. Hey,
he's brilliant.
Take it while you can. If you're up, go. Just leave.
Brilliant.
The problem is that they think that they're going to get more. That's the problem. So people think, oh, okay, I got this much. I'm going to double it. You're not going to double it. You're going to lose it.
And that's interesting to me because you look at these guys that are coming and they're billionaires, right?
They are.
If you're gambling, if you're coming in with $8 million in a Louis Vuitton duffel bag, you're a billionaire, right? And they know already. They've made their money trying to keep the odds in their favor as much as possible, right?
Yeah.
And have built massive corporations, but they're coming to the one spot. Well, I mean, there's other places in the world, but we're known for this. The odds are not in your favor when you come here to gamble.
It's not.
At all.
As soon as you walk into that door, it's not.
Yet you still come. Why? Why do you think they do that?
Some of them give out good perks. If it's a fight weekend and you want to sit a couple rows from a fight, I mean, you might as well come in, play a little bit, and hopefully you walk out even. You do, then you kind of just really win because you got a free show. You got the suite or the villa. That it makes sense. The Super Bowl's coming in a couple of months or in a month or two.
Yeah, February.
So it's going to be the same. People come for the entertainment also. So Vegas has a lot to offer. And some people want to come to try new restaurants. Carbone is very, very one of the big premier restaurants. Yeah, a lot of people want to try and like go there, and it's just very big. I believe there's another restaurant that just opened up. Where was it? Off of the Venetian. Forgot the name of it, but food is another big reason why people would come to. Say
like it's somewhere at Venetian, and if I'm a whale and I'm staying at one of your villas and I want to go eat at somewhere, is it like, how is it done so no one's going to bother me?
Private dining rooms.
They all have private dining rooms.
Yeah, they have PDR. So
Makes sense.
You request a PDR. Hey, I have a party of 5.
You call up and they already know, and they know you.
You have to email. Email,
and you're calling and saying, hey, we have people that want to, eat at Carbone, or, at, what's the one that's just at Lotus of Siam just came out to Red Rock. Yeah. I love that place. That place is
delicious.
That place is great. That's fascinating to me in terms of the attention to detail that you have with these people. And it's all to keep them comfortable.
Yes.
To keep them happy. Absolutely. So they keep coming back.
Absolutely.
And if they bring 8 million and they leave with 1 or none, it's okay. Because hopefully they're smart enough to know that this is lost money no matter what.
Yes.
Hopefully they're smart enough to know.
You come here,
that.
You make that deposit. You don't think about it anymore. Yeah. If you win, that's great, but you can't think about it anymore. That's it.
Do you think that and not to think about it is key, and that's in gambling, I think in general. Again, I don't gamble. Do you gamble?
Yeah, not at all.
Right? Like I rarely, but once or twice a year. Do you think that the people that are coming here, the whales are coming here to gamble, they know full well that they're going to lose this money? Or do you think that there's a little bit of a gambling addiction there, and they think, I'm going to win?
I think you got a little bit of both. I think there's people that come in that say, oh, okay, they have that mentality. And there's people that are set on winning. They think they can win, and that's their whole focus. So you get a little bit of both. It varies. It depends on where they are at.
What do you mean where they're at?
Like mentally. It depends on where they're at. So you can tell by a guess when they come in and how they are and how they react. Some of them come in relax and some of them like enjoy the environment, the ambiance. They really enjoy it. Some come in, drop off their coat and go straight to the table. And then I'm like, oh, it's that type. And some of them go straight to the tables right after the limo. Like they don't even want to go to the villa. They're like, nope, I'm going to go straight to the baccarat area. So
what's the average length of stay for a whale in Las Vegas at your property?
About 3 days.
They're out?
And they're out about 3 days average.
Is it when they come in compared to when they leave, do you see a difference? Or are they still balanced? Like, all right, I won, I lost, whatever. Thanks, Dennis. See you, in a couple months or whatever.
They maintain balance. They know they maintain a good balance. It's, to be honest with you, the ones that we cater to the most are the wives.
Really?
Yeah. So the wives are the one that like really takes advantage of the butlers more than the guy. The guy is gonna come in. He's gonna want breakfast. He's gonna do his whatever he needs to do, and he goes about his way. We just help him arrange them or whatever it is that he needs. But the wife, she's gonna go shopping and she wants lunch and she wants this and she wants a spa and she wants a pool, a cabana. So the wife is the one the wife and the kids. That's the one. That's the one we cater to.
And have you ever had like, not odd, but just like different requests that just something not typical, from a wife and like, what? Like, we want to go to Zion National Park up in St. George, which is 2 hours away, by helicopter, or something like that.
So it was a playoff game a couple years back, and the Minnesota Vikings were playing the San Francisco 49ers in the Levi Stadium. So we had a guest from Minnesota staying with us. So he came on a Friday. The game was on a Sunday. So he came on a Friday, talked to him, whatever. Saturday, I saw him. He's like, hey, so my host got me tickets to go to the game over in Santa Clara, and then I'm going to come back. I said, oh, really? So I had to make a limo arrangement for him to take the private jet to go to Santa Clara. And after the game, he came back and he slept with us at the hotel.
That's hysterical. And your property has a private jet, or more than one?
I believe 8.
They have 8 private jets.
I believe so.
It's like the limos here.
Yeah.
And there's just a shit ton of private jets.
Yes.
Let's talk about women whales. Where are they from? How much are they gambling? What games do they play? What are their requests when they come here?
California. I think most of them are from California, to be honest with you.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I never really thought about it. But yeah, a lot of California females come in. I think most of them, really.
What industry? Or industries?
Tech.
Ah.
Tech
and
industry.
what games are they playing?
I seen one play blackjack. And I seen another one play baccarat. But I think that's it.
How much per hand of blackjack do you think she was playing?
Oh, for her, it wasn't that much. I think it was just not much. I think it was like 10,000 a hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is still a shit ton.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's still a shit ton. And did she come alone? Did she come with her partner, her husband?
She came with her boyfriend.
Okay.
She came with her boyfriend, and they would come in occasionally just to hang out. Hey, we wanted to get away for the weekend, so they'll drive in and they'll park their car at the executive parking, or they would fly in, but they would just come in for 2 days and just hang out. They will gamble a little bit, eat, and go back. Nothing crazy for this specific guest.
Interesting, but would you say it's 90%, 95% men?
97%
okay.
Men? Yeah.
So like 97% men. And you've got China, we talked about, Mexico, we talked about. What other countries?
Europe.
Where in Europe?
All of Europe. A lot of Europe. England, big on England, big on France, pretty much Spain. Those 3 countries, they bring in a lot.
And France? They have Monaco.
They do. You would figure they would, right?
Right?
But no, they still come here.
That's interesting, because that really ratifies and solidifies the allure of Vegas. That when you have easily the number 1 luxury gaming city in the world is Monaco. It's what's known from the James Bond movies, where you wear your tuxedo and you go in, and
it looks nice.
It looked great.
Yeah,
I love to go there sometime. I'm not going to gamble there, but just to check it out, like
yeah.
F1.
I love to check it out too.
Oh my God, yes, yeah. Right. And so people have that option, and obviously, if they're coming here and staying at a villa, they have the means to go to Monaco. But I would love to ask them sometime, why is it you pick Vegas over? Maybe it's entertainment, sports,
maybe, yeah,
that we have, that they're coming and they choose that instead, because they can gamble anywhere they want to.
They can. The thing is Vegas at the end of the day. You can't top Vegas for gambling. Nobody can top Vegas. At the end of the day, Vegas, this is what we're known for.
I agree with that. Yeah. I think it's interesting to have lived here for a while, and if you travel somewhere and they have gaming,
I get offended.
Right?
Yes.
I'm just like, what you doing? What? Or I'll be like, because I'm more of an optimist. Oh, that's cute. Look at you've got 7 or 8 tables on because I went on a cruise over the summer. And the thing is, I played craps. First time I played craps in years. I won like $350 and walked within like a half an hour. Guy next to me was hitting numbers, crapped out. I hit my numbers. When I crapped out, I walked away.
Okay.
Like 350, I got it. But like, oh, this is adorable. Look at it. They had like 1 crap table and like a ton of slots, obviously, and blackjack. But in terms of how so is it the high limit area is where they gamble, or they have a separate area for whales to gamble
They
at?
have a separate area for whales to gamble. Typically, not slots. They don't really do slots.
What games are there?
Whatever they do, the tables move and they tell us what games they want, so we adjust whatever tables.
So
they
it's
want.
custom made, and that whale gets that room for themselves at that time, or are there other whales there as well?
They can reserve a specific room for themselves.
And how many villas are there?
17 villas.
So you've got seven. So so you could have 17 whales there at one time. Is that possible or no?
They'll reserve it. They're very specific. The person with the highest marker goes in there.
And that makes sense. And then that person, so if you're a whale and you come in and your marker is 8 million, and then you get what's it called? A parlor? I mean, what's that area called?
Private gaming.
So you get the private gaming area. If I come in with a $3 million marker, where do I go?
So what was the first marker you said?
It would say if you came in and I think I said like 8 million.
Oh, then the person with the highest marker would go.
Okay. And then if I came in, I'd have to go to just the high limit.
The baccarat area.
Yeah, the high limit area. Is it? And you see that baccarat is like the number one game that they play?
Yes.
Not craps, not blackjack.
They would switch off. Sometimes they'll go and they'll play blackjack. They'll go to baccarat and then they'll want to take a little break and then they'll go to do something else and then they'll come back to it. So sometimes they go and they'll play a couple of hands of blackjack and they're like, okay, I'm ready to go back to baccarat. And then they go back to baccarat.
That's amazing. And there's always, I guess, a representative from the villas that's there, kind of standing in the background if they need anything, or you.
They have the pit. So if they're in the salon area, on the private gaming area, yes. But if they are like on the regular floor, the pit bosses will call and say, hey, Mr. So-and-so needs assistance. Oh, okay, we'll call a butler there. We have radio, so we call it, hey, guys, so-and-so needs assistance. Okay, I'm right here. One of them would go down there and then assist.
How many people are on your team?
38.
38 people.
Yes, sir.
And that is everything from runners to housekeeping to like what
housekeeping. No, that's just specific butlers. Butlers
Okay.
and coordinators. Coordinators a tough job. That's a very tough job. They're the ones that answer the phone and get all the requests. So the coordinators have to deal with the host, the guests, and believe it or not, the butlers. The butlers are hard to deal with because the butlers are the ones dealing with the guests. So it's
front line.
It's a lot of pressure on everybody all the way around. It's a lot of pressure.
And you're hurting kittens. I mean, because you've got these people coming in that are used to, a certain level, and you're gonna give that to them, and obviously exceed that as much as you can.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Is to me what you're doing and what your team is doing is the best customer service in Las Vegas.
I take pride in that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
To me, that is something that you have to do that.
You have to. Yeah.
You're providing like 7-star service, not 5-star service.
That's the goal. Every single time with every single guest. Yeah.
So what is it that keeps you going for 15 years to do this?
Being the best, honestly. That's what motivates me as far as like villas. That's what motivates me to be the best. I take pride in what I did and what I do there. I take a lot of pride in that. So I want to make sure that I'm known for that in that world. And, I think that goal was reached, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Do you know where you rank in terms of other properties and whales that they bring in? And
I think it's pretty much the same. There is no specific rank. There's no one to really rank us, And to be honest with you, a lot of the guests kind of switch. They'll go with us, then they'll go to the Wind, then they'll go to anywhere else.
Other properties.
They'll just rotate, yeah, because they're gonna get comps there too, So
I was gonna say like I would assume there's some like, not a sales position, but you're someone that's like lead for villas at all the other properties, or a team of people that are reaching out to these people.
The hosts are the ones that typically reach out. The host, the marketing team, they're the ones that bring in the guests. All our job is to just cater to them.
Interesting. Okay, I figured that part, that your job is just experience related.
Yes.
That as soon as they step foot on your property, it is the best of the best.
Game on.
Gets game on.
Yeah.
And how do you take time off? How can you?
It's hard.
I was going to say, because for you to be doing this for 15 years and not be burned out, bless your heart.
So here's the deal. I wasn't always a villa services manager. I started off as a room service bus person. I was a bus person when the property opened. I worked there for 2 years as a bus person for room service. They're the ones that walk the hallway, and whenever you order room service, they push it outside. I would just clean the hallway. That's all I would do. But it didn't mean much to me, and it was just a job, and I didn't like that. So I always need to be pushed. I always need to see, what do I need to do? How can I get better? So they offered me a position as an assistant butler. So I became an assistant butler, and I was an assistant butler for 1 year. And when I became an assistant butler, I felt so dumb and stupid because I didn't know that type of service. I was a room service bus person. I didn't know high-end hospitality. So what I do, I studied. I went on YouTube. I took trips to the library, and I really just toned down on what my craft needs to be and what I need to do to get there. So I really just kind of focused so much on myself during that time. I used that time at school pretty much. So I got the butler position right after that, and the director there at the moment, she believed in me for some reason. I don't know why, but she kind of pushed me to be a lead butler. She showed me the P&Ls, and she showed me what I need to do and how to have difficult conversations with people. So I took that, and then I became a lead butler about 2 years after that. And I was a lead butler for the longest time. As a lead butler, I assigned other butlers. Hey, so your job is going to be so-and-so. You're going to take care of XYZ. You're going to take care of this. You're going to be in Baccarat. And you kind of just manage everything.
You match up personalities, butlers to the whale?
I do.
Right?
Yes, I do. And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes the butler.
It's not 1,000%.
The butler's like, I'm not too comfortable. I say, okay, perfect. My apologies. Let me switch them out. Let me see how this is. If not, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to assist, whatever the case is. But time off, it's hard. Especially now, there's just no time off. There hasn't been time off. I got my passport for the very first time. So like 2 months ago, and my brother's getting married next Friday. So I'm excited to go with my wife to Puerto Vallarta for the very first time, leave the country. Really.
Good for you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. But
enjoy that.
There's no time off. It's been so much work. And a lot of grind that sometimes I don't even see my kids. I don't see them. I say, hey, good morning. And they come home and they're asleep already. And it's been a lot of that lately.
I want you to, and this is just advice from, how old are you?
I'm 38.
Yeah, I'm 54. So I'll give you some advice from a guy that's gotten up and shaved every day longer than you have. All right. Anything you're doing in your life, and it's obvious, no decisions you've done is because you're dumb and stupid. All right. Before you say, I was dumb and stupid. You were at a point in your life where you had a challenge you had to overcome. I want you to think about it that way. Your body takes in, absorbs whatever your brain puts out through your mouth. And for you are not dumb and stupid, my friend. All right. You are really good at your craft, and you're always looking to evolve. And when you have a challenge with how to evolve, that's when you take a step back and go, okay, what do I have to do? I go to the library. I talk to people that have been in the position before, smarter than me, and I'm a sponge.
Yeah, you have to. Oh,
that's what you're doing. Yeah. And yourself, your family is going to benefit greatly, and they are already, from, at the very least, seeing your work ethic.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, and I've been very open about it on this pod, that I'm very much involved with my kids with like, do this for yourself, figure it out, do this for yourself. Because if you just do everything for your kids, what's going to happen when they go for a job? Yeah. They're going to expect, they're not going to have a growth mindset. Yeah, they have a fixed mindset.
You're right.
And which is then that's self-destructive.
For sure.
And counterproductive. So you're an amazing dad, even though you may not be there as much as you want to be there. They see how hard you're working.
They do. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I guarantee that, having never met your kids before, that when you do have that rare times with them is very special to you.
It is, yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And you are very much focused on them and just being with them and loving on them.
That's true.
Right? And how many kids do you have and how old are they?
I have 3 kids, 17, 14, and a 7-year-old. My 17 just got accepted to UNLV and UNR, and she took the UNR seat. So Wonderful. We're going to be going January 26th to go visit that school and see how that is. So we're excited about that. We really, really are. She's going to be the very first person in the family to travel for a college outside. So
Congratulations, Dennis. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. My daughter's 14. She's a big dancer. She dances so much. So she does like a lot of hip hop and she's in teams and she is just performing really good in that aspect. So I'm proud of her for that. And my 7-year-old, he requires a lot of attention right now. And that's the one that kind of hurts the most a little bit right now because I'm not there, but hopefully soon I have time to do what I need to do with him. I'm working so hard now to not work so hard later.
Which is going to pay off for you.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
And what we will do is for the other business that you have with GiftLux, anytime we are posting content, you'll be added as a collaborator. So you'll be getting,
that's awesome.
You'll be co-branded on everything that people can actually see. They can then experience your 15 years of experience in high level, working with ultra high net worth people, what they like with idiosyncratic detail. You can now do that scaled to budget for people here in Las Vegas. And to give them to have them give gifts that you put together and that you're showing up, dressed impeccably in a 3-piece suit, wearing white gloves, doing the whole thing, which is phenomenal. And full disclosure, I use you.
Yes, you do.
For my VIPs that come in here. I use you and will continue to use you because the times I've used you, the people come back to me and go, thank you so much. That was incredible. And so I look at it as if you're coming on my show and if you're someone that you're up here in terms of your audience on social media, who you are in the, as an entrepreneur, I want to say thank you. Because you're taking time out of your day to come spend an hour or so with me here. So if I could do that by hiring GiftLux, which is your company, I'll do it in a second.
Oh, thank you. No, I appreciate you. That's the way we do it, the experience. What was the reception exactly when we did those deliveries for you? What did they tell you?
Loved. They were blown away that it's never happened before. Like they've never experienced something like this before. Mm-hmm. And they were very, very gracious.
Oh, okay.
Very gracious.
Super cool deliveries. Both of them were super cool deliveries. I really like those deliveries. They were
John and Natasha are both great people.
They are.
Yeah, John Cirasani and Natasha Graziano are both amazing people, and we shot great episodes. And that kind of helped set up the episode.
Oh,
and
did it?
And set up the experience because they've received this gift, and I have transportation, set up for them. And it's to me, I want to provide that type of exclusive service.
Yes.
I want to do the same thing just to say thank you to those people. And they loved it. And it helps because then when we're in here talking, it makes it much more of a sincere, organic conversation.
Of course.
It's like we're sitting having a couple of drinks at a bar and this happens to be cameras on.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah.
Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, of course.
This has been fun.
Of course. I think we need a part 2. I think we have so much more we need to talk about.
I think so. We'll talk offline about that. Because you've got stories, man.
I do for days. You have no idea.
All right. Well, let's do this before we leave. What's like your best story you have of being, a butler or Villa Services? What's the best story you've got?
Oh man,
you wanted it, so here you go. Take your time. You got to think about it.
Man,
we're good.
They are just. I have to get back to you on that one because I think there's so many. Yeah.
Okay.
I have to get back to you on that.
What you could do is think about it, write some stuff down even, and then we'll have you come back in sometime and we'll do it. Thank you, my friend.
Hey, no, thank you. Appreciate you.